everyone. What I'm going to talk about today? Well, I'm going to do another Ascension update because the energies are so intense. It's not just me and what I'm going through and what my beloved and what we're feeling in these energies for the past 3 days. It's about what so many people now report about, all these symptoms, all the coming together, and today is the lunar eclipse, and it's like this culmination. I have a feeling that the intensity of all the eclipses of this year are coming together. They're culminating the energies. They're assisting with the energies, like building this whirlpool of energy that we can tap into. And we can basically now deal with everything that was going on, what we've been working through the entire year. You know, now everything is coming up to surface. So if it comes with a greater intensity than before, don't get scared. You know, don't feel so confronted. Just know that something is there still that needs to be brought to awareness. What I've been writing today on my page about was the fact that the moon always represents, you know, more our shadow, our ego, and the sun represents the light. So the awareness, what is already aware inside of us. So the fact that the lunar eclipse is now, you know, being exposed here. It's the matter of what we're going through now. Basically, we have to consider this as all the energies of the all eclipses. But the lunar eclipse is the one that carries forth, you know, the moon, sun, and the earth are aligned, and the earth is between. So the moon, which is the shadow aspect, is what tries to come to the light, through the light of the sun. So our awareness, our inner sun, our inner awareness. We have the great opportunity to really deal with everything that still isn't in awareness, that still lacks to come to the surface. There are so many people who are now awakening, but there will also always be those who in a way don't want to confront themselves. They blame others for where they are at, but you know, you can only be self-responsible for where you are on your journey, and it's all beautiful and it's all in divine order and in divine pace. There is no such thing as comparison. A lot of the people still ask me, oh, Polona, do others feel this as well? Do others go through this? One of the reasons for this is I do want to create a forum, and I hope to get it published by the end of this week, for you to exchange your experiences, because it is what we're going through by our own existence. So our own experience is what matters. At the same time, it's good to share it, but not go into comparison, because comparison will make us feel that we only validate our experience. It can only be real if others maybe are going through the same thing as well, but it is not the case. Remember, Ascension is also an individualized, unique process, and it's always according to where we are in our own awareness. So awareness is always about the light, you know, our eternal self, the objective observer, the I am presence, and love that we are as beings within creation. We have this form, we have this shape, we have certain attributes to our beingness, and this is the love. So love and awareness are always hand in hand, they move together. So as our awareness rises and expands, our creation template shifts also. This week we have a rite of co-creation within the Children of the Sun Foundation group, and it is something that really goes along with this process as I feel it myself intuitively and through my own I am beingness. And today I want to read a few stuff according to what was happening. I mean, for you, it's very important individually to see what you were going through. So like make this reevaluation what you were going through this entire year, and ever since the first 2 eclipses began in May, June, I think, and now what is again resurfacing and what still needs to be let go of, purified. And we can only do that, like I said in my how to release video, when we totally let go of the need, of the desire to truly know what's happening. The Sister of Light sent me this link. It's from Caroline Miss, a wonderful lady. It's the Releasing the Need to Know Why. And what is said here is, the drive to find understanding and bring order out of the seeming chaos of our lives runs very strong. Yet, can this need actually harm us? Medical intuitive and best-selling author of Anatomy of the Spirit, Caroline Miss, suggests that our compulsive desire to understand everything that happens to us can impact our health and speed up aging process. I will share this link below as well. You can check it out because this is an audio clip apparently. So Caroline explains the energetic dynamics of the relationship between our physical health and the degree to which we are willing to rest in the mystery of our lives. Like I say, going and moving with the new energies is embracing the unknown, embracing the mystical side of life, that which will always be prone to eternal feeling. Like we are becoming sensitive feeling beings, beings who are fine with just being in the moment, being unaware through not knowing, but at the same time being aware of all through that. So it's kind of like a beautiful dynamics. Also, what was happening in the cycle was really being aware how the dynamics of light and dark seems to play. A lot of the people still ask me why their attack on light workers, why they feel these inner demons from other people being, forced upon them. Why so much of that? And I always like to say, whenever you still believe in that, whenever you still believe in the reality of light and dark, this will be your reality because it is created that way through our beliefs, through our direct programs that are filtered through us. So there, like I said in my last video, the old programs are being rewritten by new ones, and new ones aren't even programs. It's our true beingness, which again wants to fill the livingness, the beingness on this planet. It's the way life desires to be expressed here in this reality once again, and we are partaking in this, and each in our own beautiful way. So the light and dark, until they coexist, until there is belief in that, until there is this need to learn through these polarized opposites, there will always be such a reality as if we wanted to create it. So the thing is, light and dark are a beautiful way of the dynamics. And I was asked if that has something to do with the law of attraction. But what I see here missing is that a lot of people forget that it's not just about the law of attraction. They mostly feed, themselves, their awareness with this law of attraction, which is not the only principle of the divine. There are so many principles of the divine within how divine creation is structured and how it works, how everything is structured through that, and how form comes to being. So the thing is, if you only focus yourself into law of attraction, you will miss the point, you will miss the true content, and you'll feel, okay, if I'm being attacked by the dark, which you're not being attacked, there's just a dynamic being outplayed, so you can see your true nature, so you can come to greater awareness. There is no conspiracy, there is no such thing as attacks. I like to use these quote unquote for these examples as such. But the thing is, it's just the dynamics is being outplayed. If you know the law of osmosis, for instance, you will know that if there is this great light and there's something that has still not come to the realization of that truth through the light of awareness, it naturally migrates towards that light. So this is the dynamics, and there are many ways and principles how to explain this, and I'll try to do in one of my writings through questions and answers. So please check out my webpage, and you can even subscribe to my regular newsletters on my webpage, and I'll try to write more about that through automatic writing. But for now, I would just like to say that the need for such labels is really dropping right now. For me, what came to awareness in this cycle was basically the need for these labels to drop. What I like to see is what people write to me, what comes to me, what comes to my attention, what I'm being asked about, what people say, what people think, and I try to see the global, I try to see the collective, and through that I get a clearer perception of what is healing and holding on the collective level. So for us all, that was labels, that were questions that were asked probably the most in this time, especially during the last two eclipses. So I was writing myself about this, about labels, and how there's this need internally. It's not even a need, it happens naturally. The more you come to awareness of your greater self with a capital S, the less there is such need. And you don't need any definitions. And what is funny that when I read the solstice newsletter from my beloved sister of light, Kara, I resonated with everything because she was saying exactly what I was saying. And I will read from that note parts of it that I really resonate with. This will be a part of my Ascension update as well. But first, I would like to read something that I wrote myself. It's an article about spiritual hierarchy, because in a way, people ask me about this, and there's still many who believe in such a thing as spiritual hierarchy. And of course, there is such a thing, but it's not really hierarchy. It's like a divine order. So again, what we're being really asked to step in our power and see everything with the grander sense of sensing things. See everything from this perspective of our eternal self, not just our human self, and really expand as to how we think, how we can change words. When I speak, sometimes I notice that the words just aren't coming right, out of me. They're not flowing, and I'm thinking of ways how to implement new structures, new languages, Of course, we're also becoming more telepathic. We're just sending each other these vibrations through the messages and telepathy. But also we need to think in terms of changing our language, how language was a tool of manipulation as well. The words we use, some words are really disempowering, and that really is coming to change naturally as well. So what I wrote about spiritual hierarchy is this. So have you ever heard the word spiritual hierarchy? Lately, I have received a question on this, and I sourced a spirit message about this for all of us. So here's a message to help us with the confusion around spiritual hierarchy. Yes, there is such a thing as spiritual hierarchy, but not as many imagine it now, or as we have been told by many via different media. In truth, it is more of a divine order, and I would really like, and I feel this is happening naturally anyway, that we shift more into perspective of this. Because a hierarchy still implies that something is above something else. So there is no more need now, because everything is truly about expansion. In creation, everything is structured and all has its own place in the divine plan of perfection. But it's not about labels and definitions, because every aspect of source, which is all that is, naturally knows itself and its place anyway. Also, there is no such thing as staying in one place constantly, even if we each serve a different variation within the entire creation, of course, to hold the divine order, structure, and form. So we are constantly evolving, and as infinite spirit beings, there are many multidimensional parts of us. They are in different operation modes as source extensions, while our spirit is eternal and our I am presence is what determines the experience of all these parts. But they do not define themselves, for the moment they do, they forget what is the true purpose of serving creation in such a unique form, and they forget about their source, the truth of their essence, which is divine love. Because of the as above, so below principle, again, above, below, even that in a way is changing. It's the same here, where we live now, where we are experiencing this reality. So the more that we label and define here, the more we forget who we truly are as divine love, infinite and eternal beings of the divine. We're all free to experience whatever we desire within every shade of gray between light and dark, so even pain and suffering if we so choose. Until we believe something to define and create our reality, it shall. There is an eternal dance between the aspects of light and dark, and this is what I've been talking about before, the eternal dance. This is the gift of our own making to experience whichever vibration we desire, although source truth is always neutral and it just is, no matter what is the level and vibration of our experience within the whole, the grander whole. When we feel this inner knowing, we feel inner peace instead of constant need to define, to label, and validate our experience. For in truth, there is no such thing as definition, only existence. When we know that truth is simple and when we feel this simplicity running through us, we are within truth. When we do not feel it and feel complicated or confused, we are not aligned with truth and our core essence. So whenever it feels yucky, it feels like that for a reason, because it's not truth. But because everything is a choice, we can align ourselves right back instantly. See, there's the catch. You don't need to work for it. It can be like this, if you believe it to be so. If you believe in the ability of your own divinity. The shift can be instantaneous. We never leave home, for it is always right there in our inner shining diamond of divinity. So let us remember the truth and see it as a divine order instead of spiritual hierarchy as we continue to dissolve all labels and definitions that imply separation. Higher, lower, or more or less awareness. No more needed. There is only within, even that is just a label, see, and different levels of expansion, and even that just is. That is why I say, everything we say, it's good to have the subjective observer constantly here with us, that we are aware that words are just words. It's about the energy that we bring through them. So sometimes when the energy will be really not what we're trying to convey, search for another word, search for something else. It will be there. And if it's not there instantly, it can come to you if you allow it to come in its natural timing and, the pace. But what is most efficient right now is that everything is coming to the light so fast. And you know that we can really never run from anything. We cannot hide from anything, not even ourselves. We have to see things from the deeper perspective. It's like something that is still unaware will keep pushing. It will keep pushing to come to the light because that's the natural thing of it. It's like a flower before it bursts out of the dirt of the earth, basically. It's not dirt. See, again, language, so limiting. So before, it will keep pushing out. It will keep pushing out until it's out, until it sees the first rays of sunlight, starts climbing up. with its beautiful form of being, within the creation. It's how it is expressing itself in its beingness. So along with that, I would like to read parts, bits and pieces. It's an amazing Ascension note. I will share it below. Check the information box as well. It's called The Lunar Eclipse and the Intense Energies as We Step into December. And again, it's from beloved sister Kara. So as we prepare for the full moon lunar eclipse on Wednesday, which is today, November 28th, there's a lot of rearranging, letting go, and physical manifestations occurring, especially a lot of body sensations. Secrets, especially within families, are being revealed, clearing the old energies out or wherever they are hiding. They simply cannot hide anymore, exactly what I've been saying myself, especially within ourselves. If you're hiding something to protect others or yourself, it is best to come clean because these energies can eat you up inside. Again, truth knows its source, and when it's time, it's just time for it to be revealed. And if they're within others, it is best to call a spade, as they say. The fifth dimension isn't a place. It is a vibration, and some are already holding that dimension, and some are moving into higher dimensions, while others choose to remain in the consciousness of 3D. Dimensions are consciousness, not places. We utilize the energies of the full and new moons, eclipses, solstices, and equinoxes, and other special dates to join in the energies. For whatever we give our energy to, we multiply. Many take part in group meditations and ceremonies, as well as to go to certain sacred places on earth. And it is just as effective to be in your own home, meditating, doing ceremony, or by simply lighting a candle, for we are all one and our energy is in all places. Wherever we are is sacred ground. Like I said, home is within, you never leave it. For remember, there are no rules or supposed to's in the new. Each one is guided as to what is their highest purpose and what to do. Many people also have been asking me, oh, sorry, the light of the sun really entered the room, got really light. Many asked me what to do on the 12/12 or the December solstice, and what I said is what your heart tells you to do. And it's beautifully explained here in this note that it's not about the date, it's about the energies, but they're building up gradually. We doesn't, like Kara says in the part of her note, we don't just shift to crystalline in one day. It's a process, and the more we love this process, the more we see it as such and embrace every day, every moment, every cell in our body as to how it experiences, as to how every fraction of the consciousness that we are in the grander sense experience this, the more we are fully aligned with our truth, with our essence in every moment. So again, I'm reading the note. As we continue to bring in the light, there may be old memories that surface, old wounds, drama, forms of escapism, and physical manifestations as we continue to purify. That was happening for the last 2 days here, and an immense desire to crave, more nourishment, for more food for me and my beloved. It's different for each of us. Some may desire to eat less, but it's important to eat light and to eat intuitively, what we feel, not heavy foods. It's not really supporting your process. Some of the physical adjustments may be quite severe at this point, especially if there hasn't been complete release beforehand. So if the release hasn't been done yet, the intenser the energies are going to be, and that's happening every day, the more you will feel this as an intense body sensation, so it will be more and more of a need to release. So these include digestive tract issues, skin eruptions, headaches, solar plexus pain, anxiety, depression, a sense of complete loss and despair, forgetfulness, disorientation, fuzzy eyes, feeling like you're getting sick, pains that come and go in different parts of your body, and others that are individually perfect for whatever a person is in their ascension. There is no judgment in this. All is exactly as it is designed to be. So don't compare yourself to others. Like I said in the beginning of this video, just know that however you experience this time is perfect for you and me and everyone. These experiences are further magnified by the recent solar flares and winds. Give thanks for all of it, for it is all about clearing ourselves to be nothing but light, our true essence, a complete integration of soul. Know also that our animals and children are experiencing much of this as well, and of course Gaia. If you go out on walks a lot, you may be experiencing a lot of dogs that behave in such a way, or cats or other animals. I mostly am attuned really to birds, and you can just notice how they are when the energies are shifting. So what to do? Reading the note. Stay hydrated, get outside, meditate, take rescue remedy, drink coconut water. I love coconut water. I'm really guided to really drink lots of it now. and take long baths or showers to wash away what is coming to the surface, as skin is our largest organ, how we release physically. So do whatever self-care you are guided to take. Follow your body's desires as far as diet goes and take extra vitamins. Follow your guidance 100% without allowing your intellect to get in the way. That is our mind that wants to rationalize what is going on. But again, like I read before, there's no need to define it. Can we live into not knowing? Can we? Of course we can, because we are that type of being. We're eternal. Be of the divine service, holding others in a space of love without the need to rescue or save. That is one great important aspect as well. Again, reading the note, we are in the powerful time between eclipses, and it is intense. As each milestone we pass, we are put more in touch with our job at hand. With all of this, we also are experiencing more love, peace, and oneness, and are getting glimpses as to what we are doing as a part of the one divinity. This is a really interesting aspect because to all the body sensations, for instance, me and Beloved, we were going for these regular walks. One of them was on Monday when Mercury went direct again. It was a beautiful walk. It became a bit dark. The moon was showing through the clouds, and the more we stared at the moon, the more dizzy we got. And we were like, whoa, what's happening? And our legs felt kind of, weak. And we're just, oh gosh, these energies, what's happening? And the next day, which was yesterday again, and we were walking, just felt the need to sit. But I asked him, I said, what do you feel? Like sensationally? And he said, I just feel peace. And I said, wow, I feel the same. So at the same time, the more that is resurfacing, the more we feel this peace, oneness, our new life. We just feel it inside, and it's so great. It's so comforting. It is so who we truly are. So reading the note, while we are so fond of putting everything in a category, we are being asked not to. That's what I'm talking about, labels. So she's writing about the same thing. Let go of who you describe yourself to be, whether it is a wife, healer, teacher, husband, mother, light worker, just being, or any other way you label yourself. Know that you are an ever-evolving being of light, and that is more than enough. And this frees you to be more, not to do more. So this is it. Also, remember that we've just passed through an alignment with the Pleiades. I think this was last week on the 19th. I have in my calendar, which activated a lot of hidden agendas and released a flurry of dark energies. And this was happening this weekend. Remember making videos about this? You may have experienced being attacked verbally, either to your face or behind your back. Both. Both. And this is to put you on notice to stand in your truth, become who you truly are, speak who you truly are, while not placing any attention on the negative. This does a lot to push you forward in your rightful place as a light being. We have walked through the 1111 gateway and portal, and this is also a part what is taking place now of this, walking through that inner vortex. So as we have done this, we are awakening more and more, and many others who have been dawdling, we're awakening too, are awakening too. We have entered a new phase, another rung on the Ascension ladder. So it's a never-ending journey. A lot of the people ask me, when's this going to end? Is it ever going to end? And, the only question to be asked here, why would you feel the need for it to end? Don't you feel it exciting? Don't you feel it blissful? Aren't you happy and grateful for you? That you can partake in this beautiful, it's not an experiment. It's just beautiful beingness that is taking place in this part of creation, in this realm of experience. Reading the note. Many may experience this as a lightening up, a clarity, and a release energetically and physically. How does your life look? Has it shifted dramatically, or do you feel it's about to? Are you getting more in touch with how you would like to experience life and what you would like your life to look like? We are releasing any servitude to struggle, fear, and competition as we clear the old 3D programs that hold us back and lack. The truth is that we can go anywhere, be anything, without the fear of losing it all. Because whatever we lose, it's not ours, it's the old, it's the programs, it's the limitations. Most don't believe this, and yet when you take that step into freedom, you realize you do not fall into the abyss of separation. You actually further move into oneness. At the same time of the lunar eclipse, which is today, Mercury retrograde ends. How is that for synchronicity? Amazing. We can take action in areas which we have felt confused, and we can speak our truth without fear. So with the lunar eclipse and this movement forward, we take another step into our mastery. What are you empowering? What are your inner truth, thoughts and feelings? What are they telling you and how they are guiding you? Remember, you attract what you are. The truth of you is that you are divine and are boundless and are a creator. Don't let anyone or anything tell you different. And so it is. We are amazing. We're divine beings. And it's also time to simplify our lives. Really, for me, I keep saying, I really am a simple girl. I want to simplify things. I just want to simplify things. I want less and less of sitting behind a computer. When I post, I'll post less, and that will have greater quality and value for me. I won't feel such a need to do things anymore. I'll just do them whenever I feel like. So if you don't get an email from me right away and that instant day when you ask me something, trust that divine order is always at place. You will get it in divine timing if you're meant to get it. And I will treat myself the same way. No need to do, no need to push. Also about the simplicity and the humility, the humble feelings that come through us. It's really an important part of this experience as well. So I got this beautiful email from a bird of light. He's called Brian. He wrote to me and he said that I asked people to share their visions, and he wanted to share from his perspective what is happening and how he is noticing things. And I'll read a part of his letter as well, because it's really pointing out the essence of what Ascension truly is and what it's truly just about awareness. So he said, I shall relay a few words below that I feel are inspired through my true self. I'll read parts of it because I can't read the whole. This video is long enough already. My story is so funny in that to truly follow what is of the highest divine, the highest self, the highest love, well, sometimes this wisdom has something in store for me that I did not picture or is not as glamorous as I had hoped for. Again, you see, it's not about expectations. It's about allowing whatever it is to just be. But the true test of how devoted one is to the truth is to follow what God, if we name it so, really wants, and not what I would like to think God or the universe or the whole wants. An example of this is that it is becoming clear that I'm not meant to be right now, and maybe not ever, a public speaker that reaches hundreds of people, or a famous writer, though I write as a hobby short fiction, or someone in a great hub of activity with like-minded souls. It turns out that I'm meant to clean the kitchen counter, take out the recycling, and I'm speaking literally here, of actually cleaning the kitchen counter and taking out the recycling. These things I have learned make up the days, and then the weeks, and then a year and years, and even a life. God is in everything. Well, isn't that a beautiful truth? Maybe one day you might feel compelled to do a video, and I'm doing it through you, through your sharing, or writing on the importance of the ordinary things in spiritual life. I, for one, have found that as my inner love grows on this path of enlightenment, things that seemed like tasks or burdens or chores can feel even joyous. Yes, because it is all about perspective. I think this is a true test for me, and I'm doing well. This daily life is what God wants now. In the future, that will change perhaps, and if so, I shall know inwardly. Until then, I only follow what feels true and right. That is right. That is so beautiful. That really implies that this is someone who knows what their heart says and how they're guided from within. It's basically the idea of still tending to details and everyday reality on the spiritual path. This is what many true light workers are called to do, such as myself, and I have great faith in the whole of existence that God is using me as his best intended, meaning he, she, it, through us. And remember, we are extensions of that source. So it's wiser than my ego. And this is not an original idea of mine. I share it here because it is something I have come to know is true. It is written, though, in Buddhism that before enlightenment one chops wood and carries water, and then after enlightenment one chops wood and carries water. But the difference is the quality of consciousness in the water carrier wood chopper has now changed. I'm not enlightened, but I'm on my own way, the best I can, becoming a good water carrier wood chopper in the modern sense. That is a really great, simple and profound writing. And remember, like I always say, it's not about good, bad, labels, what we do, how we do it. It's just about beingness within what we do. It's about beingness. It's about the freedom of expression, freedom of being, freedom of choice. Remember, it's all about choice. And whatever we choose, the divine through us, in us, chooses for us. So this is what is now really culminating at the end of the Ascension period. During these eclipses, during the portals that were activated on the 11/11 and are now activating again on the 12/12, and they're always activated. We can always step into them. We are always in them through our awareness. And it's the same thing that Carl also mentions. And these are the people that I really want to mention in my videos because I resonate with what they share. I feel myself as co-creating with them because so many things we share come from the same inner knowing. There are many beautiful, how can I say it? Not teachers, because really, again, labels do not come into question here anymore, but beautiful examples of sourcing here. There's many, and you remember you have it all in you as well. You don't have to blame anyone. You don't have to look up to anyone. You don't have to cherish or admire someone in that way. If you can really only see that it's all about you, you can cherish yourself, and it's your natural part. It's who you are. And when you see the beauty in you, you will see it in everyone and everything else. And this is what Ascension is truly about, remembering how everything is divine, how everything is structured in divine form, flows, and for us just not to cling on anymore, to just let go and remember that flow is our natural state. So I want to talk about some more physical aspects of the spiritual shift also. It's a lot of the things that me and my beloved are talking about, and I will address this in my next sequence of videos. But this was also, again, another Ascension update that I felt needed to come through. So enjoy your own inner rituals. I don't know, activations, whatever you will do tonight, meditation. I will be doing the rite of passage, joining the group Conscious I Am. Whatever you do, know that it's exactly what you need to do at that time through your beingness, because it's the beingness that really defines what the doingness is within that beingness. Anyway, take care. Have a beautiful rest of the week, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Much love. Bye.